The real reason Tesla developed the Giga Press. Tesla significantly outperforms competitors because it invests heavily in three developing production technologies. For example, according to reports, the company plans to use the 12,000-ton Giga Press in the future to cast car bodies in one piece. So this seems to be the real reason for Tesla's development of the Giga Press. But to know the exact scenario, let's dive into the video and please watch until the end. Here we begin. It all started in 2019 when Jerome Guillen stated that Tesla Grohmann Automation was developing a giant machine that would make full-size cars in the same way that toy cars are made. According to Elon Musk, Tesla purchased the two largest casting machines in the world in April 2020 in order to cast the Tesla Model Y rear chassis and crash rails as a single component. In addition, Elon Musk announced in January 2021 that the Tesla Cybertruck's rear chassis would also be produced using an over 8,000-ton force casting machine. On March 16, 2021, Idra Group received an order for the first 8,000-ton die machine. As of October 2021, Tesla has 5 casting machines installed at Giga Shanghai, 2 at Tesla factory in California, 2 at Giga Berlin, and 2 at Giga Texas, as well as foundations for many additional Gigapress machines. In addition, Idra Group was assembling a 9,000-ton force Gigapress in May and June of 2022. What's the principal operation of this Gigapress? The process of die casting involves forcing molten metal alloy into a reusable mold, then opening the mold to remove the finished piece after it's solidified. Next, robots cool and clean the open mold to 185 degrees Celsius, and fresh molten aluminum is prepared for the next cycle, which begins 12 minutes after the first. Finally, each new casting is trimmed to an approximate size, measured, and checked for flaws before being sent to CNC machining to the finished size. Ingots and offcuts of aluminum are pressed into a natural gas-powered melting oven at 850 degrees Celsius until liquid for Tesla's Gigapress-based casting operation. Slag is the form of aluminum oxide is mechanically removed from the surface. The remaining liquid metal is pumped through heated pipes to an enclosed warming oven operating at 750 to 850 degrees Celsius, heated by 400 kilowatts. A tank blanket of nitrogen gas covers the molten aluminum, which is circulated to maintain an even temperature to prevent the foundation of oxides. Impurities are removed using argon gas and a rotisserie degasser with a silicon carbide filter removing most other particles larger than 25 micrometers. To allow separation, robots spray 35 milliliters of soybean oil in a thin layer inside each half of the mold at the start of each casting cycle. A low vacuum of 50 millibars is created by pumping out the air from inside the mold. At 750 degrees Celsius, a precise amount of molten metal is pumped from the holding oven into the casting chamber of the Gigapress and forced into the mold using a high-speed plunger with an additional 8 milliliters of lubricant. The mold is opened at 400 degrees Celsius and the raw casting is removed. A robot reaches in and removes the casting, which is then placed in a quenching tank to cool it from 400 to 50 degrees Celsius. The approximate edges are cut with a mechanical trim press and the excess aluminum is recycled back into the melting oven. The casting's remaining useful portion is X-rayed to check the internal structure, laser trimmed, drilled for fittings, and computer measured for accuracy. Components. A 4,000-liter tank manufactured by Fondrex in Switzerland is used to vacuum the inside closed mold. To reduce porosity in the casting, molten metal is pumped through heated pipes and rotary degassing is performed. Steps and machinery involved are the melt oven, Gigapress, holding oven, quench oil tank, mechanical trim press, drill and tap, laser trim, laser scanning, scrap metal shredder, fasteners insertion, and vacuum system. The die structures of the Tesla's Model Y rear castings are made up of 4 visible parts. 2 of them are the large traditional main-facing dies, oriented vertically with injection from the bottom of the immobile die, and the remaining 2 are the smaller side wedging dies that move in and out for injection and removal. The front casting implies an identical die layout, possibly with a 5th wedging die underneath process for the front-facing car crash rail mount. Now comes the metal alloy. According to expert analysis, the casting aluminum alloy used in the large Tesla chassis parts is primarily an 89.5% aluminum, 8.5% silicone mix with several other trace elements and falls under the Aluminum Association alloy, AA386. How much better is casting? Sources stated that a portion of the Tesla Model 3 from 2018 should be combined into one piece. In 2020, Model Y's next iteration showed that specific part being one part. However, Tesla did not stop there. Instead, they combined the rest of the frame into one piece. Casting is an advanced technology. There is no need for heat treatment. The structure is built under a second. That means there's no induced stress in the material causing odd dents or bends. The benefit is that you can make die-cast identical pieces replicated for each car. There is very little room for error. When putting something together and having to make corrections, usually when there are multiple parts, experts say there is a quality cost associated with the construction that uses those multiple parts. There are holes where fasteners used to be, and the material is much stiffer and firmer than previous Tesla vehicles. As a result, when you use single castings, you'll have a lighter car with fewer pieces that is less likely to break over time. There will also be less creaking and noise from multiple parts being fastened together. The idea is straightforward. For a long time, toy cars have been doing this. It'll be difficult for legacy automakers to simply go to Idra Group and buy a Gigapress in order to catch up to Tesla. There's a ramp-up period to learn how to use the Gigapress. Die-casting machines are also high in demand. There's also the matter of shipping the machines. Tesla's multi-ton Gigapress. Tesla's ultimate advantage. Tesla employs Idra Group's multi-ton Gigapress, which gives Tesla a distinct advantage. Other automakers will continue to fall behind unless they adopt this technology. Idra Group in Italy manufactures the Gigapress series of aluminum die-casting machines. They're notable for having the world's highest pressure die-casting machines, with clamping forces ranging from 55,000 to 61,000 kilotons. Each machine weighs between 410 and 430 tons. Idra's catalog has included base specification Gigapress machines since 2018, with Tesla Inc. beginning use of a customized OL6100CS Gigapress in late 2020 to produce chassis parts for the Tesla Model Y. Molten aluminum shots weighing 180 pounds are injected at a speed of 10 meters per second or 22 miles an hour into the cold chamber casting mold. The cycle time is 80 to 90 seconds, allowing for a production rate of 40 to 45 finished castings per hour or 1,000 castings per day. Hence, the Gigapress is unlike anything else on the market, and it all started with Tesla looking for a machine that could help them ramp up production volume more quickly and easily. Experts also visited Idra's facilities to better understand the Gigapress. This tool should be viewed as a factory rather than a tool. Expert investigated Tesla's vehicles and how the frames are built. For example, the first Tesla Model 3 in 2018 featured numerous parts and fasteners that held the frame together. Tesla has progressed since then to the Model Y, which will be available in 2022 and is made of just 3 pieces. Tesla has evolved from a dinosaur to a world-class design with the 3-piece casting of the 2022 Model Y. Anyone who does not use casting machines in today's manufacturing world is not evolving to keep up, and those businesses will not survive unless they adapt. Tesla has a significant advantage in that they have long used the Idra Gigapress. Will this advantage last? Will a technology superior to the Gigapress emerge? Let us know your views in the comments below, and make sure to subscribe for more. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you soon.